What's good, y'all? It's your boy Ross back at again with another video. So, I wanted to talk about this because lately I've been seeing that Triple H and his booking decisions has been getting a lot of hate on Twitter and on social media in general. And granted, people are, inclined to their opinions, but I also want people to understand that what we have now is way much better than where we were when Vince McMahon was controlling things. I mean, I see people actively almost every day saying, oh, Vince McMahon should be back in creative control. I'm trying to figure out what show were y'all watching back in the day when he was. Because trust me, if you have issues with what's going on now, I'm willing to bet you definitely would have had issues with what was going on back then when Vince McMahon was in control. And the reason why I wanted to make this video, because I saw a particular tweet by Kickin. So shout out to Kickin. I'm actually going to pull up his Twitter real quick. He made a very good point, and I actually ended up responding to it. So this is the tweet. You can tell everyone who hasn't lived through 2018 through 2020 WWE on this app. We have it good right now. Trust me, LOL. Shout out to Kickin. Hopefully at some point we can definitely do a collab, my guy. Love his wrestling takes and his wrestling content as well. Dope individual. So, and I responded to it with this tweet right here. Yeah, they don't remember these times right here. Y'all don't remember the big dog, Roman Reigns, getting dog food poured on him as he's handcuffed to the ring post by Baron Corbin. Y'all don't remember this. Y'all weren't rocking with this. Maybe some of y'all were, but most of y'all weren't. This is before the bloodline. This was before all that. This is what we were subjected to on a semi-weekly basis. This right here. Let's not sit up here and act like we didn't come from this era of booking. Now, here's the thing, and I want to be very honest here. I want to be very transparent in this situation. Here's the thing. Triple H does have some faults. I'm not going to sit up here and lie. The women's division, the booking of the women's division has not been good. They introduced two mid-card championships in the United States Championship and the Intercontinental Championship, and both of those ladies lost in qualifying matches to be in the Elimination Chamber. I've never been a big fan of your champions losing matches. But not only that, they lost matches into a qualifying chamber. You could have had somebody else qualify for that. But that's just my personal opinion. I'm not a big fan of that because you make your mid-card champions look like bozos. If they were going to be in the match, they probably should have won it and you just put them in the chamber. Now, if they lose in that situation, that's different because obviously this is for, the Women's World Heavyweight Championship, see who's going to face Rhea. So I understand that if you have them both win and then they ultimately lose in that match, you can kind of get a pass with that. It's a stipulation match. Granted, at the end of the day, maybe you just don't book them in that whole situation because they're already champions. So they should be trying to defend their belt and build up the prestige of their mid-card championship because they're already champions. It shouldn't be, all right, we're champions, but now we're trying to be double champs. No, they should be focusing on building that up. So this is where I do think they made a misstep. And I got to give blame to Triple H because the booking of the women's division has not been good. It has been kind of lackluster. It had some moments, but it's definitely been lackluster. And the thing is, even though they do focus on the ladies, on some of these shows, giving them time and giving them opportunity to be involved in matches and have longer matches, I can completely understand that. But I also understand at the same time that you gotta, if you're gonna put these titles on these ladies, you gotta be building up that division to the point where it's like, you know what, all right, not only do the ladies have something to fight for when on the main championships like the WWE Women's Championship and the World Heavyweight Championship, they have something to fight for the mid card. And this is the problem with building up a mid card title. If they're not fighting for them or they're losing matches that they shouldn't be losing, why have them there? It doesn't seem as important. So He definitely deserves criticism for the lackluster women's division. How they've been booked. I think there's a lot of talent there, just haven't been booked correctly. I know some people feel that they're not the biggest fan of what's happening with WrestleMania. The excitement is not there for some people. Obviously, some people are still going to be upset that Jey Uso won the Men's Royal Rumble. And there's a lot of people upset that Charlotte Flair won the Women's Royal Rumble. And understandably so, In my opinion, I don't have a problem with Jey winning because this is a story that we've seen, the ultimate underdog babyface trying to overcome the big bad heel. So we've seen this story before. Me personally, I'm looking forward to it. The Charlotte thing, I have not really cared. I think that was the wrong decision in my personal opinion. But I understand a lot of people are not liking that. I know some people are feeling like SmackDown isn't really, there's nothing really to look forward to when watching SmackDown outside of Jacob Fatu as of late and what they got going on with him and, them propping up Jacob Fatu. Now we know that The Rock will be on tonight's episode of SmackDown, so that's definitely going to boost a lot of people's attention, but there are some people that feel some type of way about The Rock being there because reportedly The Rock is going to be taking up some spots, some time slots from certain matches that are supposed to be happening. I think there's a women's match that was supposed to happen involving Naomi. I think that got cut, and then there was supposed to be a 6-man tag with I think it's Cody, Braun Strowman, and Damian Priest versus Jacob Fatu, maybe Tama Tonga, and maybe Solo Sikoa of some sort. I'm not sure, but that's the rumors. I could be wrong on that. I believe that got cut and scrapped since The Rock is going to be back. And yes, it did bring some excitement because people obviously want to know what The Rock is there for. What's going to happen? Are we going to get something leading up to WrestleMania? We will see. But I can understand why some people feel like, oh, this build to WrestleMania has been lackluster. And I get that. I can understand that. There hasn't been a lot to sink your teeth into, at least on the SmackDown side of things. But I will say this. I think things are falling into motion. We still have plenty of time. And I said this a while back. I know people weren't happy with how things are progressing, but we don't know what's going to happen yet. All you can really do is try to enjoy the ride. But I wanted to make this video because I want people to really, really understand. Y'all think this is bad? This is not bad in my opinion. Is there some lackluster stuff? Yes. Is it going to be perfect? No. But in my opinion, this isn't bad. What we were getting with Vince McMahon and how they were booking the shows, even though there would be some stuff that you were interested in, a lot of times, a lot of shit didn't make sense. Matches didn't make sense. Segments didn't make sense. Segments that were supposed to be funny were only funny to him. Like, last minute booking decisions. Like, I think we got to put things into perspective. And it's crazy because I don't remember seeing this much hate and rhetoric for Triple H when he first took over, and now things have changed. And this is wrestling fans at its finest. Fickle. I'm not telling people to say, oh, you shouldn't have criticism. Oh, maybe you don't like it. Cool. But I'm not going to sit up here and be like, oh, I may not like something, but I'm going to go with Vince McMahon booking because at least blase. And I'm like, I don't know. Y'all couldn't have been watching at that time. There's no way anybody that's been watching WWE for as long as I have and long as other people have can actively sit there and say, hey, you know what? Vince McMahon needs to be back in control. What? No. No. Because if you thought that you weren't going to really enjoy the women's segments before, you ain't going to, bruh. What? You might as well throw those mid-card championships in the trash for the ladies because it ain't going to matter. None of that's going to matter. Like, no. I think things are in a good place. They could be a whole lot better, but I'm not going to sit up here and be like, oh, yeah, Triple H needs to be fired. Like, you guys got to stop it, bro. And for anyone that wants to come in here and say, oh, I'm just a Triple H glazer and all this other stuff and yada, yada, yada. I'm on WWE payroll. No, I'm not. I know what it was like to watch a Vince McMahon ran WWE. There was some good stuff, but the good stuff was few far in between. Why do you fucking think AEW was created? To all these Vince McMahon, these worshipers out there, why do you think AEW was created? Was AEW created just because, there was great television on WWE? No. AEW was created as an alternative because people were tired of what they were seeing on WWE television. That's why it became a thing. In its early stages, that's why it became a thing. Because you didn't have to sit there and have your intelligence insulted. You can enjoy wrestling the way you want to enjoy it. And that's what it was. It was an alternative that people were interested in seeing because they got tired of seeing the same stuff from Vince. Now, Triple H is taking over. Things have a refreshing feel to it. Granted, there are still some tropes that have carried over in the Triple H era, but for the most part, things have been much better in my opinion. So I don't know. I'm just not going to sit up here and be like, oh yeah, this is horrible. It's not. If it gets to that point, then I will voice my opinion like, all right, this ain't it. But for the most part, I'm still enjoying it, and it doesn't mean I'm out here glazing Triple H. I know where we came from, and I know where we are now. So comment down below. I want to know your opinions, man. How do y'all feel about Triple H's booking so far as we head into WrestleMania? Are you guys a fan of what's been going on? Are you guys still willing to give it a chance? Or are there a few of y'all out there that legitimately believe Vince McMahon would be better at booking this show? I don't know how you think that, but if that's your opinion, that's fine. Go ahead. I'd be definitely surprised to see some of y'all reasonings why you think that. But hey, I just want to get y'all opinion. Comment down below, but I appreciate all the love, support. Road to 150K. Appreciate y'all kicking with me. See you on the next one. Peace.